Okay, so welcome to this series of videos on Black Belt Wisdom. Hey, my name is Rishi Patel, founder of Selling Alignment, where I help coaches and consultants to price and package their products and services using the Black Belt mindset. And you're joining me here on the training mat. I'm really excited about this set of videos because this is all of the Black Belt mindset work that we've been talking about applied practically. The first topic we're going to talk about is taking responsibility of you. Now, inside of the martial art, we're very fortunate to have Grandmaster Choi, who is dubbed the living legend. At the time of making this video, he is 78 years young, and we're really looking forward to seeing him continue to perform at the level he has. He has three key principles for the way in which he does that. The first is self-defense. And that is the actual art itself, the form, the techniques, the kicking, the punching, the striking. The defensive aspect, the offense drills, the patterns that are built in, all of the actual technical work. The second aspect is optimal health. And the third aspect is personal development. I want to touch on each of these in just a little bit of detail because in taking care of you and in applying the principles from the Black Belt mindset into Black Belt wisdom, we really get to be practical. So in the first section, which is the actual self-defense itself, inside of self-defense, yes, in the martial art, we do have the striking, the kicking, the punching, and that's all there. And we can be strong, we can be firm, and we can have a very clear intention in the way in which we move, the way in which we actually perform the drills. So that is an aspect of the actual martial art. And for me, it's the smaller aspect of the art because there's so much more behind the martial art than actually just the kicking, the punching, the striking, where all of that is important and it's an important aspect of it, where we want to draw the principles, the learnings from the art and apply into everyday life or into business in this case. There are a lot of learnings that we can take away. And let's talk about taking care of you from a perspective of Grandmaster Choi's second principle, which is optimal health. Now, optimal health is a very holistic game. And for me, and going through the journey that I have, what I realized is that optimal health is absolutely the key to everything else that you want to do. And we've talked about in the past strategy, story, and state, and I've created some material around each of those. You see, the way that you show up, the way that you look after yourself, the way you package you, and the way you take care of yourself, the title of this video, are all interconnected. Optimal health, key principle in the martial art, and there's no coincidence to that. So we want to take care of things like sleep. We want to take care of things like our stress levels. We want to take care of things like nutrition, exercise. And one of the key ones that I realized recently is actually living your authentic purpose. This is such an important part of the art. It is a part that is misunderstood. And I feel that it is a part in business where maybe as much emphasis is not given to this. So inside of the selling to serve pathway, the final principle and the final stage of my framework and the way in which I work with customers is helping them to realize, live their authentic purpose. And then we have personal development. Now, personal development is something I've already touched on when we talked about optimal health. You see, the three principles are so interlinked. There's such a beautiful interlink and a synergy between the three of them. So for me, personal development and taking the perspective and the learnings of the art is really applying a little bit every day, just making a little bit of progress every day in terms of the principles of the martial art. And the principles of the martial art, of course, are humility, integrity, gentleness, perseverance, self-control, and unbreakable spirit. That and being aligned with your authentic purpose, being connected with what message you're here to deliver and who you need to be or want to be or are meant to be for humanity is what's really key. So for me, that is the aspect of personal development, and that's what the martial art really has taught me. So these are the three principles: optimal health, personal development, and self-defense. So these are the three principles: self-defense, optimal health, and personal development. Once we action these three and make them into a part of our day-to-day life, apply them into business, apply them into our everyday interactions, whether it's with colleagues, co-workers, friends, with children, with family, this really has an all-rounded, holistic approach to health and well-being.